and welcome to the first episode of LiaTalks. Because it is the first episode, I'm going to be talking a bit about myself. Yay! So my name's Ofelia, or Leah Chan if you'd like. I'm 14 years old, nearly 15, and while I'm technically a sophomore in high school, I identify more with the freshmen because they're closer to my age, and thus I've christened myself a freshman. Happy medium. Anyway, I live somewhere in the United States, not going to tell you where because that would be dumb, but my home and school are in fact in America, and because I'm an Italian, that just sounded really wrong. Anyway, I'm a total nerd and fangirl. Like I said, I love Hitalia, and I also love Doctor Who, Torchwood, Sherlock, Harry Potter, and anything written by John Green. F yeah, nerd fighters. Anyway, I love to write, mainly fanfic, but also original things, short stories, poems, tried to write a novel once, but that failed, and songs, which brings me to the fact that I'm also a musician. I'm in 2 different courses at my school, so obviously I love to sing, but I'm also teaching myself to play the piano. Oh my god, stop getting brighter. Sorry, my computer is set to a lower brightness, so the glare doesn't reflect on my glasses, but it keeps getting brighter and brighter. So I've got to keep yelling at it and telling it to stop getting brighter. Okay, where was I? Right, 2 different courses. I'm in 2 different courses at my school, so obviously I love to sing, but I'm also teaching myself to play the piano. I record covers of songs as well as write original songs and parodies and record those as well. Stop! Sorry. Now for a quick summary of my adventures traversing the galaxies of the internet! My endeavors started in the summer before 9th grade when I wrote and posted my first fanfic piece, Tifios, if anyone's interested, and then tried to start a series of vlogs under a pseudonym. The story is still online, details on that later, but the vlog series failed for various reasons I won't go into. Oh my god, stop getting brighter, it's driving me nuts! Anyway, I've been writing fanfic ever since and posting it online, and that was basically all I was doing until about 6 months ago when I discovered A, Torchwood, B, that I shipped Gwen and Jack, C, this computer is driving me crazy, sorry, that wasn't actually C, C, that nobody else on the Mother Weeveling planet did, and D, except for this one writer on fanfic, oh my god! Except for this one writer on fanfiction.net, a 15-year-old girl named Rachel who lived in Britain, upon whom I stumbled by accident because her story was awesome. We immediately started messaging back and forth and soon became best friends. We still are today. Love you, Rachel! Anyway, she told me that her other friend was also strange enough to ship Gwen and Jack, henceforth known as Her Cooper, a ship name I invented because the alternative, Gwack, just sounds like a tortured duck. Seriously. And the 3 of us became the first 3 members of the Lone Shippers. At first it was just 3 of us crazy fangirls, but then I realized that the Her Cooper shipping population wasn't as minuscule as I'd originally thought, and thus the group expanded. Currently, the Lone Shippers has 14 members hailing from all different parts of the globe and all connected by the power of an orthodox shipping. It's pretty awesome. And things get better. Well, things don't get better because this darn computer won't stop getting brighter. Stay that dark. Anyway, in October, I started a fanfic project called What the Fluff, in which different writers write fluffy fanfic for various fandoms, all of which are posted on fanfiction.net under one account aptly named What the Fluff Project. I know, I'm so creative. So far, we have stories for Doctor Who, Torchwood, Supernatural, and Hitalia, and more on the way. Stop it! Ugh, alright, because my computer's still acting up, I'd best wrap things up here. There are links in the doobly-doo to my fanfiction.net page and the What the Fluff fanfiction.net page. Check those out if you like fanfic. Okay, shameless self-promoting over. I'll close the way I always do online. Love and ducks to the Lone Shippers, hugs to supporters, thanks to Eleonora, Noe, Hanul, and Kizzy, shout out to my chosen sisters, and cookies for all. Bye, guys!